World number 2 Greg Harlow advanced to the semi-final stage with victory over qualifier Brett Arkley yesterday, but will now face a titanic battle against Alex Marshall to retain the trophy he won last year.
The record speaks for itself. 5 World Championships. He's now in the semi-final looking for his 6th. I know this is going to be the toughest game of my career.
Harlow's form has been emphatic, failing to drop a set en route to the semi-finals.
I've been scoring quite high this week. It seems to be if I get my first bowl in, I seem to be rolling 3 and 4 bowls in, which in case you get behind in a set, you can pull yourself back quite quickly.
Having already won 5 titles at Potters, Alex Marshall certainly knows what it takes to win here.
All the players know that this is where I love to come to play balls, and I do love the surroundings, and I love the surface, and that's why I'm happy to be here.
But to progress, he'll have to overcome the defending champion.
I'm a confident player. I don't get too nervous at times, but under no illusions, Greg. He's got all the shots in the book. He hasn't got a chink in his armour, so I will need to do my best to win.
Well, both Greg and Alex feature in our list of champions since the year 2000. Alex Marshall, though, is the only player in the last decade to win back-to-back titles in 2003 and 2004, and then he did it again in 2007 and 2008. So Greg is hoping to emulate what Alex has done twice. In the commentary box for us this afternoon, our regular commentator here on the BBC, David Corkill, alongside him, former world champion Andy Thompson. Guys, quite simply, we have a massive match in store this afternoon.
Yes, we do, Richie. There's no doubt about that. You're saying about Greg Harlow, the defending champion. Well, Greg hasn't really been pushed so far, and that's the key to all of this. And I just think that Alex Marshall is going to push him just a little bit more than his previous opponents.
I'd agree, David. I think, Alex is really playing well, and Greg, I would agree, he's had quite an easy run, but this is going to be a cracker. This will be a good game.
I think it's going to be a great game. The players are ready to go, Richie. Let's not hold them up too long.
Well, before we get them underway, here are some of the key rules to remember for this afternoon's match. It's 2 sets of 9 ends, a 3-end tie-break if required, respot position in place of dead ends, the minimum jack length 23 metres and the maximum 29.5 metres. When it comes to bowls, what more do you want? The reigning champion up against the man with the best record of anyone at Potters, and there's a terrific crowd in place. So it's time to hand over to our MC, Richard Baird, to get things underway.
There certainly is, Rishi, and our first opponent is one of the most feared in the games. A record 5 times World Indoor Singles and recently crowned World Indoor Pairs Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Marshall, MBE! And now to one of the most naturally gifted bowlers on the circuit. 3 times an International Open champion and the defending World Indoor Singles champion, the world number 2, Greg Harlow.
Well, we can hear the atmosphere here at Potters Leisure Resort. It is buzzing. A very large crowd, as expected. Semi-final day. And this is going to be a fascinating game. People taking sides all over the place regarding Greg and Alex. A lot of people thinking, can Greg Harlow go back-to-back titles? Can he stop Alex Marshall from getting the 6th World Singles?
Jack length 24 metres.
It's going to be an absolutely fascinating game, isn't it, Andy?
Certainly is. Both players playing well. Greg on his traditional 24-metre length to start with. But yes, this is a hard one to call, so don't ask me early on, David, who I fancy.
No, it's too difficult for that, Andy. It really is. It's very hard to put anybody on the spot regarding this one. Alex, having won this year's World Pairs with Paul Foster, his good friend, after 8 attempts together.
Just over 2 feet.
First end of two. Try and keep it nice and tight. Get a shot, lose a shot. Correction from Alex Marshall.
One green. Gaps 10 inches.
Well, Greg hasn't been pushed really in the previous games, Andy, but he'll not worry too much about that, because playing against Alex, he'll automatically move up a gear or two.
He certainly will. He'll be expected to have more shots against him on the ends, and this is what it's all about. Semi-final, big opportunity to make the final. Needs to touch his own. Well, I don't know if that's made a difference.
One green.
Still 1 to Alex.
One green.
Well, everyone in their seats at the moment are going to be absolutely enthralled with this match.
Well, a chance for Greg here. Any movement on the jack? Greg doesn't like the look of this one. Looks to be under.
Yes, he's under, and it's the hard wee shots those, aren't they, Andy?
Difficult shot, just trying to play the trail shot. He'll be disappointed with that one. Chance for Alex to add another.
I just wonder will Alex play this on the forehand, because it's a much safer shot. He's not bringing the jack to his own or to the opposition red balls. If he plays the forehand, he could drop back. Yep, shipping up on the forehand as Greg Harlow watches on. A really good ball here, and he's got a chance to drop back on the jack to make a three. It's a spare shot, but not easy.
Always close here. Always well played, I think. Falls in, he's counting. Yes, that's another.
Very, very good ball by Alex Marshall. One out. Greg's having a look.
Alex asking for a measure.
So, umpire for this match, Brian Daly. He'll sort this one out very quickly. Oh, that looks in.
I think it's two, David.
If they're all as easy as that, he'll be a happy man, Brian Daly,
Yes.
today.
2 shots to Alex Marshall.
Good start for Alex Tati Marshall. Gets a double there. Making that spare was very good, and that wasn't an easy spare.
No, he played 3 balls on the backhand, changed to the forehand, draws another shot. It's a good start. And I was going to be interested.
Jack 9, 29.5 metres.
Yes, well, Alex Marshall from Tennant by Edinburgh Direction. World Pairs Champion, as we were saying, World Mixed Pairs last year. You can't really go through his record in many ways because it's just been too good over the years. This is the Marshall home in many ways, Andy.
Certainly is. I think one of his ambitions is to win one of the other tournaments, the Scottish or the Welsh Open, but I'm sure he's quite happy just to keep coming down here and taking the World Championships every few years.
Nearly 2 feet short of Jack high.
But Greg Harlow, the current world champion. Really good delivery, Greg. Gets it away smoothly.
Yes, doesn't use his left hand for balance. Quite comfortable, very easy, nothing to go wrong. Not as complicated as some people's, of course, who might struggle after a while and start getting a few wee bumps and difficulties. Alex again, very easy, relaxed delivery, left hand used for balance with him. Well, just dropping a little bit, Andy. It's a chance, and Alex knows that should have been up with the second one.
Well, the last delivery's forced Greg onto the forehand. Looks like the shot ball coming in.
Well, just trucking through a little bit.
Just run through that 2 feet. Both players haven't really settled yet.
Alex has been favouring this backhand throughout the tournament.
He's also been favouring the longer lengths, which is very unlike Alex Marshall. Normally plays the shorter length, but this is the winner coming in. That's what he's wanting.
Side toucher, that will get chalked, little spray chalk. That means if the ball goes into the ditch, it stays live.
2 green and a measure.
If a ball goes into the ditch and doesn't touch the jack on the way, then it's taken off the rink. These matches up to the final, played over 2 sets of 9 ends with a 3-end tiebreak if required.
Well, Greg, you need to run with this ball.
It's struggling.
It's still going to be certainly 2 down. That looks as if it's third shot. It started well, Greg.
2 green.
Well, I'm sure Alex doesn't really want to leave this. Trouble with the backhand is if he touches the green ball, it'll bounce a jack out, which he doesn't want to do.
Yeah, I agree, David. I think it'll still be the backhand, though. Even resting Greg's deepest red ball. There's a nice wide road here. This is certainly counting. Doesn't want to touch the shot ball and move the jack. That's perfect.
Oh, that's even better. He just made it past it. Well, early pressure for Greg Harlow. No strike shot on that I can see, Andy.
No, he does favour the forehand runner, but there's not a forehand runner here. This is just a draw. As you could see, there's nothing really coming into the jack. We're trying to draw this on the forehand.
Oh, should be a draw. I suppose he could time it around the short ones, but that's a difficult shot to play.
Well, he is attacking.
Well, he is timing it. He's trying to come around the short red ones and onto the jack for a double.
Well,
oh, he's close.
Will he bend?
He's close.
Oh,
he's got it.
Ball.
Oh, unlucky.
That was a great ball with that.
Well, a lot depends on what's happened with the jack. If it stays in play, and it has, he may only lose 1. If I tell you what, if that jack had gone off, Andy, he could have lost 4 on the
yes,
respot.
He could have. It was a great shot. Pushes the jack. It catches his own red ball off to the side. May still be 1 to Alex. Yes, that was unlucky, Greg. That was a good ball.
Hard to tell that distance. Maybe better just to get the measure out.
I think Alex is favouring. He's got 1.
Well, we're thinking about that back. That
yes,
shot.
1 shot out.
1 taken out. Very typical Greg to go looking on the timing shot on the forehand.
Played it well, David. Well, Greg was 3 shots down, so He's certainly cut the count down.
We'll take both marker and umpire to sort this out. There we go. Locked off. Check the other ball. No, not even close. And then go back again to the red. Confirmation it hasn't slipped. There we go. 1 to Alex Marshall.
1 shot to Alex Marshall.
Oh, good draws, good attacking ball already in this match.
Jack line 29 metres.
Greg Harlow now 42. Very experienced, of course. Defending champion. Gary Kelly, comfortable against a man from Northern Ireland. Again against John Price, comfortable scores 10-5, 12-3. Didn't tell the whole story. And comfortable again against Brett Arkley. Not under a lot of pressure in any of those games, Andy.
No, fairly comfortable right to the semi-final. But he'll be happy. He's here in the semi-final. Needs to start drawing slightly better. At the moment being outdone by Alex. This looks a good reply though.
One green.
Alex looks good again here. Oh, very well played.
Two green. The last bowl is 3/4 of a bowl short.
Well, this is what I was saying, Andy, about the pressure that Alex Marshall would apply to Greg Harlow. That he hasn't really faced in this championship.
No, I think speaking to Greg last night, he knew that this would be a tougher task. He'd be asked to play harder shots. He's been dominating all his games with his drawing balls, but now having to attack, and this was where your game starts to deteriorate, when you have to play running balls. And he's missed the head again.
As you start to lose balls and it starts to affect your drawing, so interesting challenge here. Early days.
1/4 of an inch gap.
Well, Alex staying away from the head with this ball. Going deep. Anticipating a heavy ball from Greg again. That's a good ball. Greg's going back to the draw with this ball.
Yes, I didn't think he would risk another one.
Something wrong with it though.
No, it's not there.
Oh dear.
Two green.
This might tempt Alex into just drawing behind the jack. He's got the back position. He's got the respot covered. He's line 2. Playing the backhand on the blind side.
Well, Greg taking a relaxing 5 minutes. Having a look at the head here. By looking at that plant actually, red onto red here. But Alex will be trying to add another here. Count 3. Very well played again, Alex.
I just wondered if he would come in on that side so that the ball is partially hidden. You can see it from Greg's point of view as soon as he moves out of the way, that is. He's directly behind the head. Wants to get a good look at it. There we go. Well, normally, if he was thinking that position, he would try and draw a second shot, Andy.
Yes, he hasn't really settled with the draw. He may be having a run at this. The red plant actually may help him here as well.
Greg's wife, okay, on the left. A little bit pensive for the first time this week. Oh, he's going again. Needs to be better with this.
No, he's way under the head here. Catching nothing. Hasn't settled, Greg.
3 shots to Alex Marshall.
Well, he reduced the 3 to a single in the last end, but he's lost a treble in this one. Marshall, Alex's wife. Been here many, many times, of course.
Jack line, 29.5 meters.
Very rare that we see Alex Marshall going for the full length Jack, 29.5 meters when he's playing on the portable rink. Really likes the 23, 24, but when you're drawing like this, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it doesn't, David. It's been a new tactic this year and it's working well at the moment. Playing the long ends very well. Well, this is end 4, and I don't think we've really had one close-ish ball from Greg. That's very unusual. He's normally out the traps quick. Not today. Well, it's a bit better. Still not close though.
1 green.
Well, Greg, this set could quickly disappear unless you score.
2.5 inches.
It's not bad.
1 green.
Still Alex. This is a good ball from Alex Marshall.
Well, he would have liked to have caught the red and dropped back. Or at least the closest red, just dropped on the other one.
1 green.
It's good stuff though. He's playing consistently well. Lots of balls in the head. A chance here for Greg.
Yeah, I think it's just a draw, David. Winning ball's about 5 inches away. He's having a look. Asking to come down.
That was quite a leisurely walk up there, Andy. He's taking his time over this. As we see Judy Potter just at the end of that row of spectators in the white jacket. A little bit of research on that jacket, I have to say, Andy. That's a white jacket that has been stamped with black balls with a little bias in the centre of them.
Is it? Yeah. Very nice. You obviously speak to Judy every day, do you, to get all this information?
I do. We'll get a close-up of that jacket later and you'll see there are little red balls on that jacket. And that was to represent the black balls from very early days here at Potters.
Oh. Very nice. Back to the action, and it's just a draw for Greg here.
Chance for this.
Big chance.
He's very close now. It's all on the contact. Get the ball, drop down and leave the jack. Well done. Good ball.
Well, Greg Harlow plays his best ball of the game so far.
1 red.
Well, there was always a chance here. Resting the bat ball was always going to give him shot. The ball falls in. 1 to Greg Harlow. Well, Alex looking at the angles here. Is it worth running at this head, trying to remove the red balls?
Well, his front ball, the closest green ball, is a toucher. The only danger is if he flicks his own ball out, he could be in a position of losing 3, as Greg's got the last ball. Whereas if he draws and closes it down...
I think it's just a draw here, David. Alex has played 3 good balls in the head here. Try to draw the shot, move the jack, possibly score 2. Yeah, sticking to the draw. Looks to be slightly wide here.
Well, it will kick back. Very strong at the end of its travel, but not enough.
I was happy with the weight. The weight was good. Just slightly wide.
There's always an element of risk whenever the balls are this close to try and draw in for the spare shot, but we wouldn't put this one down as a spare shot opportunity, Andy, really. It's very difficult.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you, David. Greg hasn't scored yet. He'll be determined to at least get 1 here. Changing his hand. Wow. Don't think he's near this. Taking the 1.
Yes, can't blame him. Sometimes you just
One
have
shot
to
to Greg
walk
Harlow.
away, take the single, put it on the card. So it's a defending champion who scores a single in the 4th hand. And Rishi has got another champion with him, John Price.
Indeed, we're in the Players' Lounge, 1990 champion John Price with me. John, very important for Greg to get on the scoreboard because Alex has made a really flying start.
Oh, yeah, he was very fast out of the blocks, really impressive today, and Greg's just taken a single, I think, there, so, you know, he's back in the match, but Alex really impressive.
Interestingly enough, Greg's been the one who's been in tremendous form in the tournament so far. He hasn't dropped a set. Alex has got through in the last 2 matches in tie breaks.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really been tested, Greg, yet. This is the first real big test, and Alex is certainly on his A game today. I think it's important Greg hangs in there. He's going to get chances, but, you know, he doesn't want Alex to run away with this set.
Prediction?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that, Rich. I normally sit on the fence. I've got a slight feeling for Alex, but only a slight one. I could be wrong.
Cheers, John.
Cheers, mate.
Greg Harlow, pretty good with the first ball.
That comfortable run that Greg had included John Price, David.
Yes.
Does that mean that
Gap 15 inches.
we class John as one of his easier conquests this week? I'm not going to put you on the spot.
No, well, I did watch that match, and to be truthful with you, Pricey didn't do too badly, but there was a few chances. He realised that himself. Just wasn't able to string together a number of ends to put Greg under pressure. He was 7-5 at 7 ends. There was a chance when he lost a 3. And that was the problem. He lost a single and a 2, which took him away. But The next set was all Greg.
Well, not just finding it at the moment.
No, Alex. Struggling for the weight. Chance for Greg here.
You're almost a foot through.
Line a couple. If he can just get between the two red balls. Nail the jack. Give him a chance of picking up a count this end. Something not right about this.
One red and a measure.
Well, that might be just a chance too much now.
Yeah, I'd expect Alex to draw the shot here. Well, this needs to run.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, this really is a bad end for Alex Marshall. It's not a particularly great end in terms of the bowling from both players, but sometimes the odd loose ones like this, Andy, can be very costly.
Yes, well, Greg lies 2. Possibility of scoring a 3 here, and it'll be a loose 3. But they all count, David. Whether they're 2 inches from the jack or 2 feet. Alex mystified, talking to Sandra.
This will be better. Much wider line. Should be very close to the jack with this. Yep, there it comes. That's the one he really was looking for. This sort of head, you want to guarantee the number 1 shot. Anything after that is a real bonus.
2 red and a measure.
Well, 2 and a measure down for Alex. You would expect him to draw at least 2nd shot here.
He's not sure, is he?
I think he's very heavy. Asking that ball to stop, and it's not.
Nope, it's not saving any at all.
But what it's actually done is it's propped his back ball in, so he may have got 3rd shot with that.
I think if he gets 2 out, if Greg gets 2 here, Alex will be very relieved. We favour that it may be 3. Just a slight favour for 3. It's a loose end, Andy.
Yes, it was.
You can't afford to have too many like that.
Three shots to Greg Harlow.
Well, those look like 3 shots to us. 6-4. Interesting. Well, as John Price was saying, if Greg can hang in, just wait for the opportunity, and the opportunity came, I must say, a little bit sooner than what I thought it would.
Yes, Alex had been playing really well, and 1 loose end. Greg picks a 3 up. He's back in the set. Better opener.
Very slightly past.
Alex already has turned his back on this delivery.
Well, I have to say, and he's gone walkabout here.
Certainly has. Not happier at the shorter length. More like Greg Harlow. I think that three's just settled him down, David.
Yep, 1.5 inches.
Yes, now we've got a real match on our hands. It wasn't looking too good, but 2 ends later, 6-4, it's different. And Alex just missing on the inside.
2 red.
It's all a changing.
Just needs to run to count. That's probably 3.
Oh, it's definitely
3 red.
3. Interesting if Taddy's going to just draw this, or be a little bit more adventurous. Not finding his draw weight at the moment. Yep, that's why he's timing it. Ball on the ball.
Oh, he got a result there.
Even better, ball on the jack. Although it's in the ditch. Probably would have preferred that to have made its way off the confines of the rink and onto the respot position.
As we could see, still Alex was slightly fortunate. Catches the red ball onto the jack. The jack goes into the ditch. Well, both players coming to have a look at this. There's nothing complicated here, David, it's just a draw.
Yes, indeed.
2 red.
2 red. Greg's in a position, line 2 shots that he can go for a really good close ball. Whereas Alex, well, he can't afford to get too close to the ditch because he's got the last ball and he's almost certainly going to have 3 against him.
I don't. What is he actually thinking about, David? This is just quite simply a draw. It doesn't matter whether it's 2 or 3, does it?
No, what he's thinking about, Andy, is can I come across on the forehand because he can't hold it up on the backhand. With the jack in the ditch at the angle it's at, to get a really good close ball, he probably has to come across on the forehand to make it. And that's negotiating all the short balls. He can get another shot in the backhand, that's easy, but it will be beatable.
I think it's just a backhand draw here.
Just watch this ball sweep away. This is where the problem was for Greg. He knew he could get close, but he's always sweeping away from the jack at the end of its travel.
3 red.
I think Alex will just follow that up, try and beat it.
Well, 3 shots to Greg. This adds a little bit of pressure to Alex's last ball.
Well, he'll certainly beat the second and the third. It's just whether he manages to beat the number 1. That's all.
Shot ball coming in, I think. Yes.
There it goes, past the short one and stays on the rink. That's a very good ball. A strike and a draw. Takes a single.
1 shot to Alex Marshall.
And it's very important for Alex Marshall. Well, 7th end. Alex scores here. Greg will be chasing him the last 2 ends.
back line, 29.5 meters.
Alex back to his favourite length. Just exactly what he wanted.
Amazing to see Alex Marshall playing long jack lengths. It's not amazing to see him put the poles close to the jack, but normally when he's trying to put pressure on opponents, he's 23, 24 meters.
Yes, the first time I've actually seen him playing this long length in the tournament. I'm sure he'll revert to the short lengths if Greg starts to score, but Greg is not scoring on these longer lengths. Struggling to find a road.
He's looking at the forehand here because he likes the little forehand runners, and that's a bit of a target. But in the seventh end, Andy, 3 behind, he could just draw this.
He's got to draw here. Can't afford to run at this at the moment.
Good call, Met. There he goes on the runner.
Yeah, the reason I say that, David, is he takes his...
Look at this. Well, you can say nothing about that except, my goodness, wasn't he lucky. He gets a clap from the crowd, but realistically, Alex Marshall should have been lying 2 shots, and Greg with nothing on the green.
Well, Greg was tight. Under the head, catches the short ball, follows through, picks up the jack. He does apologise.
Yes, but it doesn't help at this stage in a semi-final.
Wow, how crucial a ball could that have been from Greg?
That could be massive in the context of winning this set.
Well, Alex has just got to compose himself, trying to draw another shot here. Well, normally if Alex runs after a ball, he likes it.
It's not easy, this one. Needs to hurry though, he needs to run, he's short. Perfect line. If Greg was going to nick a couple of shots here, Andy, that would be incredible.
Well, it'd be hard on Alex, but we all get them. We all get the old slice of luck. Well, Greg's got to try to take advantage of that, draw another.
Very large crowd here, perfectly quiet for Greg Harlow's delivery.
Well, Greg, will you get back in time? I don't think you will.
No, he won't, but more important for Greg is that he's got 1 ball in there. Alex can't afford to run at it in case he takes his own out. He's going to have to try and draw this.
Well, Greg's got 1. Okay, watching on. Well, Alex, can you draw the shot with this ball? He looks close here.
Oh, he looks better for weight, there's no doubt about that. He needed a very slight edge just to push him forward. A thin edge would have brought him onto the line, but I think it's 1 to red. That's going to hurt. Greg's really only played 1 ball, 1 lucky ball really this end. And he's going to get the shot out of it.
Well, I think he's also looking at a possibility of pushing the red ball onto the jack.
Oh, risky, surely.
I don't think there's a draw shot on here, David. I think that's why he may look at this.
Well, if he is, he's looking down there onto the ball. And try and get the jack into this position, Andy. I suppose the alternative, of course, is if he's a little bit on the wide side and punches that ball out, he can stay in for the double. Just doesn't want to get it on the edge and give the shot away.
Quite a tricky one, this. There is not a draw on.
I think he can draw it on the backhand. You know, outside the green ball, it's long jack length, big swinging ball he's using. Well, they're both using a Henselite Tiger ball, which is a very wide bias. Just that element of risk about the forehand runner.
I think there is, but as I say, I think it's difficult to draw another here. Well, he's playing the backhand, playing the shot that you suggested round the green balls. It's quite difficult, this, I think. But it's a safe hand.
Tell you what, if he'd have had the running, I think he might have made it back.
Not
too worried.
Harlow.
He takes a single, and a very fortunate one at that, but you just never know in the context of matches just what effect that end may well have. And as you say, quite often, Andy, they balance out throughout a match. Not all the time. Sometimes more a matter of they balance out across a season, but...
Yeah, it's normal in a game. Well, to be fair, on the previous end, I think Alex pushed a short ball onto the jack, so maybe that was a slightly bit of luck as well. So, but that was a big end, that last end.
Jack line 24.5 metres.
Well, there you go. Bang the first one on.
Very, very slightly past. That's Alex ball.
Greg's good here. Doesn't want to leave a target. Oh, good ball, but it's a target.
Yeah, it's a very good ball, but unlucky just to drift across it.
Yes, he knows he's set up a target for Alex here.
One ball shot.
Well, we see the ball coming in here. The target was to rest the green and fall in. Unfortunately, he dives away. There's the target. Alex will be reaching this.
Yeah, so he's looking for Jack in the ditch. He's coming to have a quick look to see what the angles are. That's unusual after the first ball, but he'll not waste too much time because the rules of television balls very much dictate along the lines of you ask permission but keep it quick. Just occasionally, in certain matches, the umpires or the markers might say no.
Yeah, rare, David.
Rare,
normally
very rare in singles and at this stage, Andy.
Yeah, they're quite accommodating normally. Alex playing the forehand, so it's a running ball here. Oh, needs to bend. It looks on the wide side. Oh, he just catches it.
Well,
Takes one away.
One away, but keeps his own ball in play.
Well, it was a forehand strike from Alex. Just manages to clip the outside of the red ball. Moves the jack. Still one down.
Well, you know, once again, players haven't played their third bowls yet, and Greg's taking a lot of time over this, trying to work it all out. It's understandable, but the game has slowed down quite considerably, Andy.
Yes, it has. Both players taking their time. Greg just needs to run with this ball. Going to drop short, I think.
Yes, but he's made sure that he's on centre.
1 red.
On the centre this time, centre line. Not to leave a target.
Alex is close here.
Oh, he needs to run a little bit to make sure he gets the right side of the jack.
Oh, he gets the jack, but he falls away. Still 1 to Greg.
He was just on the wrong side of the jack, and hence he was always going to drop
1
away.
red.
Oh, that's a big, big difference.
Once again, Alex's third delivery. Looked good. Unfortunately, falls away. Still 1 to Greg. Alex tried to push the ball up. Greg will be looking to close this head down, make it very hard for Alex's last ball, because Alex has got a good shot on here.
This is Greg's favourite short jack, and if he gets past the red one, he's close.
Oh, he's very close.
Got it.
Yes, well played.
Got it, locked it down. Closes the door on the backhand. The forehand's still available. But it looks to me like the backhand's completely shut off now.
Well, Greg trying to close this end down. Picks the ball. Blocks off the backhand now. Well played, Greg. Lie 2, I think.
Grimace there, but my goodness, I don't think he could do much more with that. You know, Alex Marshall must be down on the forehand this time.
Yes, I agree with that. Greg looking closely at this head. Well, it's got to be the forehand, David.
Yeah.
Green ball's the target.
Gets onto that, onto the jack, all the way through. Would be good. An important bowl this for Alex is the difference of going into the last end level or 3 up. It's not easy on that forehand, because if you go outside on the wide, it will never get back if you're carrying weight.
Taking his time over this one. This is an important ball. This almost wins him the set if he catches this right.
Oh, it's hooking across.
Oh, he's close, David, isn't he?
Oh, I thought it was hooking across, but he got the back of the bowl. It's moved the jack. I think it may just have taken one off.
Yep, I think it's only 1 to Greg.
1 shot to Greg Harlow.
Yes, indeed. 1 to Greg. Slightly off target in the area. Managed to reduce the count from 2 to 1.
Well, it was a forehand runner. He was slightly fortunate. We've talked about luck playing a part in this set. You were always narrow, Alex. Gets a result.
Just a little bit frightened of going on the wide side on that forehand, because he knows that very difficult to get back. Greg Harlow, the mat up the rink. Short jack length. For those watching at home, you might see those little white marks all over the rink. That's the chalk, that's the spray chalk that's coming off the balls. They're cleaned every night, of course, but it's impossible to keep them, to keep the rink clean of the white chalk marks. Too many touchers, these guys, that's the problem. trying with this.
One ball short.
Greg thinking about here, Andy. He's on a second bowl, and you know it's he really slowed it down on his second bowl last time and his third. What's he thinking about?
I think he's thinking about putting his jack into the ditch.
Yes.
I don't think he's drawing well in this direction. He's not putting enough close bowls. That's why he's been tempted to the runner. Well, thank you, Greg, for making me look stupid again.
You're having a good day, mate, aren't you?
Well, maybe after this bowl, I wish he had played the runner.
Well, he's barely making it.
Oh, this could be a bad bowl for Greg as well. That's blocking out the runner.
Well, the game of bowls is all about trying to work out what your opponent is doing, apart from executing the shot yourself. Always trying to outthink the opponent, look for their strengths and their weaknesses.
That's a good ball from Alex.
That is a good ball, it really is. But Greg should be thinking about this in terms of trying to get a draw out of this set, not worry about the win just yet. He's still there in the timing shot in the forehand, just to run the jack through to the red ball. Backhand looks not very tasty at all.
I think Greg's worry here, David, is that he's not been drawing well enough in this direction. That's why he's been uncertain as to which hand to play. And this is not an easy shot. The short bowl is the bowl that's created the problems here for Greg.
Yes, going for the timing shot in the forehand.
Well, he's definitely under.
Troughing up after this, but it looks under.
Oh, he hasn't moved anything. If he had moved his short bowl, he would have been happy there.
So, Alex will go deep with this one. Try and cover the back position in case Greg gets a jack.
Yes, definitely here, David. Must go deep. This is a good ball.
This is a good ball because he's trying to cover the fact that if Greg plays a little trail shot, that the jack doesn't go too far back, he might pick up a double. That's a clever shot, that. That's about 4 feet behind the jack, and that restricts Greg in terms of the weight he can use.
Problems for Mr. Harlow here. Really taking his time. Going back to the draw.
Well, he really had to go back to the draw, didn't he? He's not too far away from it either.
I don't think he'll bend. 1-2 Alex.
So it was the right shot to play.
2 shots in the first set to Alex Marshall.
Try and draw the shot to get a half of the set, but Alex Marshall played a really good end. He picks up the double. That secures the first set. 9 shots to 6 for the ex-world champion over the current world champion. Fascinating set of bowls, though. We'll recap on that as we see Diane Marshall just sitting quietly in the stand. We look at that set, Andy. You know, Alex got out of the blocks 6-0. The game was pretty quick at that stage. Greg really started to slow it down after that, which is the right thing to do, I have to say. If we look at the stats, 50% each on the short ones, and surprising on the long ones. 50 all, it's a wee bit early yet. You really see that, but as I was saying, Greg slowed it down, which was the right thing to do. Then the shots started to flow.
Yes, Greg started to pick his game up a little bit. But this direction he's playing well. It's the other direction that he plays that I would be concerned about from Greg's angle. Just not playing that end well. Going to have to change his tactics, I think, a little bit. Good reply from Alex, winner.
One red.
Oh, didn't like that too much, did he? Still, we'll see how it finishes. Yes, he knew it was just a little bit off, and he's right. It's a good end for Greg, this.
Yes, chance to make a good start to the second set. Happier in this direction, playing better balls. Touches the jack, counts 2.
Two red.
Well, Alex coming up to have a look at this. He may be tempted here, David, with the running ball.
Oh, yes, indeed. He's just trotting up. Doesn't need to trot up. It is a world semi-final. Just ask permission, trot up, have a look. Let's see what Greg's coming up as well. He's played his 3 balls, so he can stay up at the head.
Yeah, quite a good target this. I would expect Alec to play a backhand runner here. Yeah, that's what he's playing. Doesn't like it.
Going big at this, and he looks under. Don't know, he likes that backhand. I know he doesn't like the length, but he'd only 1 ball in the head, really, and ooh, risky. This is a chance for Greg. Now, 2 options here as he walks away. Interesting to see what he decides to do with this. Does he go for the kill and try and turn the jack in? Out of the way, Andy. In there. Just tuck it right in. Or does he go at the back and try and cover the back balls?
Yes, well, it looks he's playing the backhand. That suggests the shot, the initial shot that you said, put the jack in for 4. Close here. Oh, I don't think he's running. Well, he's not running, but that's created a problem for Alex. That blocks out the running ball. I think Alex will be reverting to the draw here now. Yeah, back to the draw. And he likes it. Oh, he's close here. Very close here.
Oh, he's calling this. Now gentle, gentle on the jack.
Oh, what a ball.
Oh, what a ball.
Oh.
Has he been unlucky? I think he has. I think he's pushed the jack to the red ball.
It's quite cruel, that, David.
Well, it's a characteristic of
1
indoor
shot to Greg
balls.
Harlow.
It happens all the time.
Well, Alex liked this ball all the way. Comes in, touches the jack. Unfortunately, he moves back to the red. 1 to Greg Harlow. Unlucky, Alex. Good ball, though.
Right line 26.5 metres.
There's also the other factor in this. But Alex Marshall would have liked to have been on to his favourite long jack length in this direction. And Greg, by winning the end, has a chance to cast the jack.
Better from Greg.
It's amazing what the difference of
Nearly 3 inches.
a ball dropping on the jack can make. Alex 2 down, can't afford to miss this. He'll be 3 down with the next ball.
Well, the road's good. It's all about pace now. He bends hard off the ball. Could score here.
Oh, that's a good ball. That gives him a chance.
1 red. Yeah. The gap's nearly 3 inches.
Both these players not only know each other very well in terms of playing around the circuit together, but of course, Andy, they work for the same distribution, the Bowls Equipment Distribution Company.
Yes. Indeed. Has Greg added another with that one?
2 red.
2, yes, he has. Well, Alex going to have a look at this head again. I think he'll be playing a backhand, trying to promote his own green ball.
It's strange that the heads are minimal in terms of ranking events. They play in other things like Premier League and things, but when it comes to the ranking events, we have a semi-final in 03 in the Scottish Masters where Harlow won, and he won before that as well in December 02 in the same event, quarter-final, 6-3, 6-4. So Alex will be looking to sort that out.
Yes, well, playing the forehand, playing the harder shot. Yeah, clicking his fingers, slightly heavy.
I thought he might have followed your advice there and then played through in the backhand.
That looked a better shot.
Just like he was turning his own ball over once, it looked good enough.
Seemed an easier shot than the perfect draw in the forehand. Well, Greg's actually going to cover the spot, so he's expecting a backhand runner from Alex. That's why he's covered it out there. I think that's what Alex should have been playing with his third ball.
Well, there's 2 shots in it. I think it would be worthwhile Alex playing this down in the backhand. He'd be very unlucky to be any worse off.
Well, sticking to the forehand, harder shot. Confident he could draw this.
Goodness me, that's a tough shot.
Well, he's running after it. He likes this.
It's a hard shot because it's always dipping into the red bowl. There it goes. Weight wasn't too bad, but not an easy shot to
2
play.
shots to Greg Harlow.
Well, Greg Harlow, a little push in this set, now 3-0 in front. I just wonder, is John Price changing any ideas about his prediction?
Let's have a word with John now. John, you've rightly predicted that Alex would go very well in the first set. He took it, but Greg's right back into the game.
Yeah, he's sort of finding his form now, Greg. He came back into that set. He didn't get the set. Obviously, Alex held on, but he's getting back into the game. He's playing well. Close game.
Is it difficult to say which one's playing better? Because obviously Alex made a very good start. Greg took a little bit of time to get into his gear. But at the moment, there isn't that much to choose between them, even though Greg's, 3 up in this set?
Yeah, they're well matched, and I said to you it's going to be close. I think it could very well go to the tie-break. I just feel Alex has had so many big games this week. He's produced so many big bowls when he's needed it, and that's why I just feel he's got the edge. That's only a feeling, Rishi.
Yeah, but what are the stats on winning 3 matches in a row on a tie-break? That's very difficult to do, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. You're the man with the bookies. You should tell me the odds on that. But I
Massive.
yeah, well, it's a good chance. I think that this will go to a tiebreak. I think that's what we all feel. And I think I would just go with Alex. I'll probably be wrong, but I'm just going to stick with my first bet.
Well, that's what you should always do. Stick to your first selection. John, thank you very much.
Cheers, Rich.
Well, advantage to Alex Marshall.
Pricey not sitting on the fence there.
Ah, that's only because you're in here, Andy, and not out there. That's all. I wish he had been interviewing you. They'd have been getting the scaffolding ready for that fence to take your weight.
That's a good call by John. Well, Greg's had a poor opening 2 balls. A chance for Alex here, but I don't think he likes it. Short, Alex. Not happy with that. That was a chance to put pressure on Greg.
You're a yard. Ten inches. One green.
They're all a bit mixed now, Andy, aren't they? There's nothing really developing here.
No, there's not a lot for Greg to think about here. It's just a backhand draw.
You know, if he was to pick up the jag with 2 feet of running, he could push it through to his own 2 green bowls. But to do that, he has to narrow his line slightly and it'll whip across. So, as you're saying, it's a dead draw.
Yeah, all the balls here, all on a centre line. Greg just hoping to take a foot off his last delivery. Draw the shot. Needs the run though. He's dropping short.
Well, fair enough. You know, he knew he had to be just up and no more, and he couldn't really even afford to be heavy because you just don't get back if you're heavy.
No, it's just the dead draw. Oh, chance here for Alex to get a double. Draws within a foot to score 2. Well, Alex, that was a chance. Dropping
One
short.
shot to Alex Marshall.
That was a spare shot chance, and one that I would have expected Alex to pick up, to be truthful with you. However, he stopped a couple of ends of Greg. He's only 2 behind now at 3-1.
Jack Lang, 29.5 meters.
Opportunity for Alex Marshall to go back to his favourite jack length. Didn't look too happy with that delivery.
No, he's turned his back on it already. It's not that bad.
Well, it's short.
It's a yard.
It's so important, those first deliveries, and he's annoyed at himself for that. Shake of the head. There's so little between these two players. It'll just be the odd shot or two here and there.
This is the road that Greg has really struggled. This longer length, and to be fair, I've actually struggled with this length as well, Greg. It's quite a difficult road to find.
Well, if that's the case, move on to the forehand.
That's what I did. Just for some reason, they're both playing with the same balls, but for some reason, Alex is just finding the centre of this rink easier than Greg is.
Oh, dropping. Surprised Greg doesn't move onto the forehand.
Yeah, he's taking your advice. If you can't find one side, try the other. Oh, this needs to stop.
Yes, but the line's good. He's making centre rink.
That's the winner. That's the one he was asking for.
3 green.
3 against Greg, but
Nearly 4 feet.
you would expect him to draw at least second here.
3, yeah.
Well, there's no way that those three are going to score at the end of this. Certain of that. A yard off, Greg.
This looks better. Needs to stop.
Oh, second ball.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Good second ball.
One
That's what he
green.
wanted. Didn't want to play a loose end. Alex looking to see if Greg can get into his ball to push the jack through. So difficult choice here again. Andy, does he draw another shot or does he go for cover?
Well, once again, he's in 2 minds. I think Greg may be attacking this.
I think that's a hard shot to get into to move the jack. Well, the option might be in the backhand to try and get to the red ball. He's just going through his head at the moment. If he misses it, he can cover the 3.
Well, he's playing the forehand. That means he must be going for cover, leaving the head alone.
Yes, cover available either way, forehand or backhand, but very deliberate shot by Alex. I think conscious of the fact that Greg likes playing runners on the forehand.
That's a good ball.
Certainly can't blame him for that one, but Greg might be just tempted in a way. Trouble here, Andy, is if Greg does click the ball out, it's only worth a single. If he draws it and touches the jack, he can get a double.
The draw has been more difficult for Greg in this direction. That's why you may play the heavy ball here.
particularly pretty form, Andy, is it? You know, he's looking down there on the forehand. If you can get to it there. The alternative is to come in between the balls onto the green one, try and move the jack through if he can. No guarantee a shot there either.
No, I think on the forehand you have to be very fast, really, to get that gap. But there's also the option of the two green balls onto the winning shot. He's playing the forehand. It looks to me as if he's just playing the draw.
Yep. So close with his last ball. Any adjustment, he'll draw the shot. Well, he's interested in this. He's very interested in this. Will he get past the green? He hasn't. Lovely weight for the job, Greggy. You're just a half a ball tight.
One shot, Alec Marshall.
Back line 29 meters.
Three-quarters of a ball short.
Something wrong with this one, Alex. I think you'll be going under here. Good pace. Always under the line. Well played, Greg.
Four and a half inches, 5 inches.
Well, choice once again here, David. It's the draw or the drive. It looks like the draw.
Yes, I think he should have been just drawing. Try and drop in on it if he can.
Always close here.
He's interested in this one, I can tell you.
Very close here. Off the ball.
Don't drop now. Oh, he's dropped again onto the jack. 2 or 3 times that's happened. Alex shaking the head.
One red.
Thing is, if the balls are that close, Andy, it's almost inevitable.
Well, big wide arc. Once again, rest Greg ball onto the jack. Unfortunately, it moves to the red. Still Greg. Now Alex realises that a couple of times he's had a bad bounce off the jack. But that's what happens in the game, David. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Hard head this for Greg.
Yes, that's the Langham Glass Trophy. Just behind Alex Marshall. Doesn't even want to look at that. Not just yet.
Well, that was deliberate.
Difficult one.
Very. No guarantee hitting this head that you would score. I think Alex should just be trying to draw this.
I think he has to just try and draw it. He just cannot afford to play any real weight into it. He might just be able to squeeze the jack across a little bit, but I think if he misses this, Greg might be just happy enough to take the single.
I think so. I don't think there'll be any more than one scored on this end from either player. Well, Alex likes the look of this. Will he bend?
Ball.
What a ball.
What a ball.
Fantastic.
What an absolutely stonking ball that was, because any touching the jack, I don't think it was going to favour him.
2 green.
Got the ball clean, dropped away from it. Perfect delivery.
Superb ball. Playing this with about 2 feet of pace, pushes the ball away, lies 2. Great shot, Alex.
Yes. Oh, yes, he liked that. He knew that he was down to millimetres there.
That was a very good ball. Well, I think Greg will be attacking this. I don't think Greg will be playing the neat draw.
No, under the jack, a chance of getting 1 or 2 balls out, a chance of moving the jack through to the red balls. Everything in his favour on the forehand if he pushes through it.
Well, Greg normally likes this type of shot. Forehand runner. He's 2 down, can't be much worse off. Well, he's playing the harder yard-on shot. Will he get back in time?
It's a struggle to get back from there with that sort of weight on it.
Always the harder shot is the 5 feet of
2
pace.
shots to Alex Marshall.
2 to Alex, gives him a lead.
Oh, he doesn't look happy about this as he pushed the jack through.
Jack line 28 metres.
Oh dear, that's 1.5 metres short. You see Diane just with some the family there. This young Dean and Beth with Diane keeping her company. Watching Uncle Tatty at work.
And they'll be happy with this ball.
That's good, because he normally would be looking for a 29.5. That's a very good adjustment. Good reply from Greg.
Oh, well played. Well, he moved the jack. I think he's still got it, Greg.
1 red.
Yes. Oh, Alex is close here. Just to run.
Push.
Oh, what a try.
1 red.
He was just on the wrong side of the ball to push it, Andy.
Yeah, the jack was the target.
Patty's ball is nearly 3/4 of an inch. And yours is just not quite touching, Greg. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not quite touching means anything really on the back of the ball. That jack will run.
Difficult head this for Greg. So difficult to add another.
Sitting down.
Oh, look at this. Goodness me.
Excellent ball.
That's a great receiving ball. Oh, this is hot stuff, it really is.
4 great opening balls.
You can sort of see this going in level into the 7th end. 3 ends to go after this.
Well, Alex likes this. Any movement on the jack. I don't think he's running though. Always under.
There's not enough lot Greg can do here. He might be tempted with just putting a blocker in to force Alex into playing more weight, because if he plays more weight, that jack has to bounce out to the red ball.
Well, if Greg even covers the spot here, he may have a shot with his last ball. If he wants to gamble to score more than 1. Can't draw another here. Just too dangerous.
Well, I bet he's been looking at that, Andy.
I think I'd be covering the spot here.
Front edge of the mat to try and get the angle to push the ball out as wide as possible. That holds it for a long, long time before the break comes back in again. There it is. Now it'll come back.
Clever ball that. Greg could also have a gamble here, so this is only a draw for Alex. Well, I think he was looking at the plant there, David, but that's not a good shot. The jack will move out to Greg's. This is just a draw.
It's a draw shot, and if he misses it, he wants to really be on the back red one. Because I think Greg might just be tempted.
Yes. Well, I think Alex is almost giving Greg the shot here. He's deciding that he's happy with 1 down, leaving the head alone.
That's clever. That's clever.
Yeah, well played, Alex. I think Greg will just take the 1.
Yeah, both players just having a bit of a laugh about it, that's all. He's more or less saying to Greg, if you want to take a risk to get the spare, that's up to you. But I think he'll take 1 shot here and run.
I
One
think so.
shot to Greg
Yes,
Harlow.
1 shot to Greg.
Well, just can't be any better, can it? 4 each with 3 ends to go. Wonderful arena here at Potter's Leisure Resort. Big, big crowd watching these 2 players at their very best.
Jack line 26.5 metres.
Slightly different length this from Greg. 26.5. Normally favours 24.5.
Well, split the distance between
You
the
both
ball and the
easy.
jack, but
The gap's 15 inches.
as you would expect Greg to make the adjustment on this one.
Are you running, Greg? Don't think you are. Oh, Greg.
Now there's a chance for Alex.
Yes. Alex puts 1 on the top. Greg's in big trouble here.
Well, he has to encourage this one because it's struggling for weight.
Oh, what a chance.
Oh dear, Alex. Greg will draw this now.
One green.
3 chances. It's one too many, I think. Yep, better with this. Much, much better with this.
Shot ball coming in.
Here it comes, and it's a good one too.
Well played, Greg. Good correction.
Yes, that was a very sprightly Greg Harlow. Just trotted round the head. That was just too many chances, Andy.
Yes, Alex will be disappointed with his second ball. Chance to close the head down. Been forced onto the forehand now. I don't think he's running with this ball.
No, it's struggling. Struggling for pace.
Not here.
Line was going to be good. Just needed a little bit more. Actually made it up a fair wee bit actually when he dropped through there, Andy.
Yeah, slightly more. He found the gap, so he has 2 seconds. Greg must score and try to put another ball in here.
I think he might be better playing this on the forehand, because if he drops short on the forehand by 6-8 inches, that really closes the head down.
The danger on the forehand, David, is that he makes the head wider, gives Alex a chance, but he needs another ball in the head, either side. Alex looking at his next shot, thinking about, can I remove the ball? Yeah, Greg playing to 4.
I thought he might. It's just 2 chances here. If he absolutely nails it, it's a wonderful ball. If he drops a little bit short, it'll certainly help to stop Alex. Well, he's interested in this. He's very interested in this one. Very interested. Ball first, didn't drop.
Oh, he wants it to drop.
Yes, he's waving at it to drop because he knows Alex will be chasing it.
Well, Alex is not hanging about here.
2 red.
Yeah, this is it. Greg needed another ball on the head. Plays the forehand. Rests the ball. Wanted it to fall in, but it doesn't. So this is a chance for Alex.
Oh, it's a hard chance. Andy. Very difficult shot to execute this. That ball looks like it's going to drop any moment now. And this is a very hard shot to get.
Oh, he was always under. Looks to be under here. And has he given another away?
Oh, he has. I don't believe it, but he has. That's a very unlucky result. He was off target, but to give a spare away, dear me. Very unlucky, and a big 3, well, that's very costly at this stage. Oh, he's asking for the measure, but we inkling that this could be a 3rd shot, and that would be a bit cruel, because to be truthful with you, Alex has had some pretty bad results with drops of balls, and Greg's had a couple of good ones, but having said that, it's all part of the game.
Yes. Well, Alex was actually under with his delivery. That was the problem there. Didn't play it high enough. And he may be punished by losing a 3. This will tell us.
Oh, that's actually very close.
Very, very close.
Just to say.
Glad Brian's doing the measuring and not me.
This will be interesting.
Oh, green.
2 shots to Greg Harlow.
Well, Tati will be relieved. Well, 2 ends to go. Very, very close to a tie break.
Back 9, 25 metres.
If Greg scores here, I fancy it's a definite tie break. If Alex scores, well, he's in with a chance of closing the match in the last end.
Yeah, big end.
On green. Last ball's just over a ball short.
Greg's close with this ball. Needs to stop.
Oh, he's good.
It's a shot, I think.
And he's made it sufficiently past the jack that he doesn't fall back on it.
Just over 2 inches.
Oh, 2 inches. That's not much to play with. Try and draw the shot.
Alex doesn't like it. Always on the wide side. Well, it's another second.
It's not bad, actually.
9 inches short of jack high.
Like it maybe another 3 or 4 inches closer to offer a better shoulder, but it's still available.
Quite a difficult head here for Greg to add another. Both hands slightly blocked out.
Well, it looks like a forehand shot, doesn't it, Andy? Because you can more space to drop inside on the forehand.
Oh, he spun the backhand. So.
Oh, Greg, be careful with this. Be very careful.
Okay.
Well, sort of forced him through a little bit. He has one there.
Well, I think Alex will be playing with weight when he has a look at this. 2 seconds.
Can he get the ball out clean?
I think he can.
Well, maybe on the backhand he can.
Diane watching there anxiously.
Yeah, it's just a few of the family with her as well. Travelled down from Scotland. And there's a clear road in the backhand through the gap, but this is not easy.
He's got chances here. Oh, he's playing it with heavy weight. Just trying to clip the ball out. Oh, he's
Jack.
close. Oh, well.
Well, it's going to be out on the respot by the looks of it. Or has it stayed in?
I think it stayed in.
It has by the looks of it. Now, Alex's ball was the toucher, but the red ball was not a toucher, so it'll be taken out. There we go. That's removed.
Well, this is quite difficult. Once again, Alex thought he was just trying to clip the ball. Unfortunately, catches the jack. Greg's nearest ball goes into the ditch.
Alex's ball actually ran off the edge of the rink, so it'll take no further part in this. 2 balls are off and not in play. It's not going to be easy, this, Andy, because the best way to get to it is actually playing across the rink.
Yes, I think so. Going to have to be across the... Unfortunately for Greg, these green balls at the top of the screen, these may be just blocking his path, so this is not easy to get close.
1 red and a measure.
That's why he's taking his time here. You see these 2 green balls at the top, they're in the way on the backhand.
Well, they're in the way to get really close to the jack. They're not in the way in drawing another shot because there's loads of space there, but I think it's a much, much bigger problem for Alex Marshall, to be truthful with you, because Alex Marshall's in a situation where he's going to have at least 2 and a measure against him by the time he plays.
Greg's playing the forehand.
Oh, my goodness, he's pushed this out very early on the width.
This is a very good ball if he stops on. Excellent ball from Greg Harlow. That's going to be hard to beat.
Yes, and the reason why it's hard to beat is he was right on the edge, but they're both using big swinging balls. And the other problem for Alex is that if he drops into the ditch with this last ball, the set will be over.
Once again, here's Greg's last ball. Needs to stop on the green. Plenty of room. 6 inches to spare.
Well, this is very difficult. It really is, because Alex has to go for the shot here, and if he leaves it and Greg scores 1, he's 3 up going into the last end, and Alex Marshall has to score a treble. Haven't been too many of those in this match, just 2, 1 each in the first set. If he drops into the ditch, it's 2 in a measure, and if it's 3, well, we're into the tie break.
Well, problems for Alex here, big problems. Second shot is easy, but he doesn't want to drop a 1.
Is he coming across this? I think he's going to try and negotiate between his own balls. Goodness me, this would be an unbelievable shot if he gets this. It needs to bend early.
I think he's okay for a road.
Yes, he's got the gap. Now, will he get to the ball and drop inside it? Needs to drop inside the ball, needs to drop inside the ball.
What a ball! What a ball!
That is the ball of the championship, there's no doubt about it. That was so difficult to play, going across to the line and getting the weight absolutely perfect.
Unbelievable ball from Alex, unbelievable.
No margin of error whatsoever. Wonderful ball from Alex Marshall.
Had to find the gap. The ball had to stay on the green, he had to beat the red ball. Just gets inside it. What a ball. I agree with you, David. Shot of the championships.
We have had some marvellous balls here at Potter's Leisure Resort over the last 6 days, and I have to say, some of them have been unbelievably good, but the complexity of what Alex Marshall just played there is beyond most players in the world.
Back line 29 meters.
Well, Greg, you must have thought you had a shot, but it's Alex Marshall who needs 1 shot to get into the final.
Two and a half feet.
Well, that's not the ball he wanted.
No, he wanted that one a little bit closer. Can Greg get a good opening ball?
Oh, it's pretty good. Just dropping through a foot or so.
Not bad, but he'll know it's not good enough. Alex Marshall, shot ball coming in. How close is it going to be? Oh yes. Oh yes, Alex.
15 inches. Yes.
Problem here
Almost
for
an inch.
Greg, David. Alex Marshall drawn the perfect ball. Well, Greg, do you run at this or do you draw?
Well, the trouble is, if he does run at it and miss, he's going to be in a heap of trouble, because Alex will start covering and putting all sorts of protectors in. If he draws a shot, and he has been drawing very well, Greg Harlow, and well, if he draws the number 1 shot, then that's it. Have a great chance to win the set.
I think he's made his mind up. It's the
controlled.
runner.
Can't blame him on this one. Really can't blame him. He's trying to time it on the way down. He's got a bit of work to do, but he's close.
Very close.
Got it.
Oh, well played.
Oh, it's going to be over in the ditch again. Oh, it's another one in the corner. Look at the two players going, oh no, not again. There's the jack just running a pitch. You can just about see it in the ditch. But again, it's negotiating the front bowls is the problem. It's well over in the peg, and it's on the wrong peg, really, for the players.
Well, Alex having first go here, playing the forehand.
Well, he's going to have to be well out and hope that he doesn't get into the heavy edge. Well, his line is probably as good as it's going to get. Will he stop in time? That's the question. Yep, he's stopping in time.
Oh, that's very good.
That's a good ball. That's going to be a very hard ball to get into there, and Greg will go even wider.
And it's about a metre off the ditch.
Right, okay. So, Greg, well, he's coming up to have a look. Can't blame him for that.
Such an important ball. Well, Greg having a look at this. Can he beat the ball on the forehand? Well, Greg's looking at the backhand now. Can he play the backhand inside the green?
Well, there's the jack. As we see this being brought out to let you see where the bowls are. It's grabbed by the little rubber prongs in there, locked in solid. There's the green bowl, it's number one shot. But it's all the ones at the front that are the problem. Goodness me, this is so tense. Greg Harlow, 2 bowls to save the match.
Well, he's playing the backhand, so he's playing across the head. Well, we've just seen the shot of the championship from Alex Marshall. This one, if he draws this, won't be far away from beating it.
Well, his line's pretty good. He's definitely dropping well inside, there's no doubt about that. Depends how much weight he has and how much this carries. He's going to be very close with it. Oh, what a ball.
He's drawn the shot. Well played, Greg Harlow.
And that shows to Alex Marshall that there is a road in there and he's going to have to follow it. And we'll know after this ball whether we're going to be into a tie break or not.
I agree. 2 feet to draw the shot.
Oh, and going across the head. So it's a new line, a new weight for Alex Marshall. It's a much narrower line in. Right, now let's see how much Alex misses this front green ball by, because that's important. If he misses this ball by about a foot, he's in with a chance. Has he got the weight, though? Has he got the weight to run this? Has he got the weight to run it? Oh, he's just dropped short. It's going to be 1 to red. We're into a 3-end tiebreak. What an effort. What a great match. Oh, this has been absolutely, truly fantastic. Greg Harlow's going down just to lift his red ball as we see this match move into a tie-break. Greg Harlow takes the second set, 7 shots to 5. It's 1 set all in the semi-final.
Well, I'm sorry.
Five and a half meters.
Greg Harlow. 3-end tie break, gets the first ball away at his favourite jack length. With the mat slightly up the rink. Well, often these matches are decided by millimetres, by fractions. Paddy Marshall just a little bit short with his last bowl after a great effort. Greg Harlow drew the shot to the edge of the ditch. And now they have to do it all over again for the next 3 ends, or potentially for the next 3 ends.
Just over 2 feet short of jack high.
Well, we're into the tie-break situation, David, so the players will play this differently. They'll be more positive. Don't be surprised to see Greg running for this jack, and that's what he's playing.
Yes, it's one of those situations where jack in the ditch is worth a lot. He's under unless he's lucky.
Oh, he's lucky. Well,
I have to say there have been a few bits of luck and bad luck in this match, but the scales of the luck have definitely fallen down on the side of Greg Harlow in this match, Andy.
yes, Alex has had 1 or 2 bad rubs of the jack, but once again we have the jack off centre. These players must be getting used to this by now. That's 2 ends. This is 3 ends running. The jack has gone off to the side.
Ball in the ditch, well, at least 2 metres away.
Problem for players here, David, is sometimes you can't get close to the jack, and that's just as near as you can.
Well, the jack for a change is actually not in the ditch, it's actually in play, so Alex just needs to hurry a little bit. He wants to get this one even closer. That's pretty good. It's beatable, but it's good, because it doesn't matter about losing multiples here, Andy. You're just trying to get the shot.
Almost 4 feet.
It's a bit further than what? 4 feet?
The jack? No, the jack's
just
not.
over a foot.
I was going to say, couldn't be the jack to the ditch 4 feet. Goodness me, Sandra. Whoa. That's the distance of the bowl and the jack. Just over a foot. So if he gets a little touch in the jack and goes into the ditch, he'll definitely lie shot.
He's got a yard to draw the shot here.
Yes, he's out in the wide line. He's out a little bit extra weight this time because he's trying to get to the jack. Is he past the ball?
No, I don't think he is. Well, unless he gets it on the inside.
He's on the inside.
Well, that was not what he played.
He's just getting a few things, Andy, and you just wonder, is it going to be Greg's day?
Well, drew the shot. I think he wanted to be outside the green ball for the ball to come back, but he just misses the green ball. Oh, that's good enough.
Any touch on that and he would have stopped dead. It's forcing Alex into playing more weight this time. He's coming really wide across the line. This is going to be edgy. This is going to be very edgy.
Oh. Alex, are you running?
No, can he stop for the jack? Oh, what a ball! Oh, what a ball from Alex Marshall.
Well played.
He was so close. Right on the edge. Oh.
Diane loved that one.
Even Alex is smiling about that one.
1 green.
Wow, that was so close to go off to the green, off the side of the green, but he draws the perfect shot. Well played, Alex Marshall. Problem here for Greg.
Well, I think Greg can probably see the edge of the ball on the forehand coming across, which is his favourite hand to play runners. Oh, what a ball that was.
Superb ball from Alex Marshall. Well, I agree with you, David. Probably the forehand runner.
Never too far away with these.
No, it's a difficult shot because it's off the edge of the rink here. Oh, it looks to be under.
Yes, he's trying to hold himself up straight for the ball.
Yeah. Under one end to Alex Marshall.
And Alex takes the single, eases in front on the tie break.
First end to Alex Marshall.
And what a ball it took to win that.
Superb.
Well, shot of the day, shot of the match, shot of the championship so far. I think we could probably take them all from here.
They all belong to this man.
Alex just bringing the mat up a little bit and looking for the 28-meter jack length. Oh, I tell you what, Andy, he's pushed this through a bit.
I think he should be okay. He's got 3 meters to play with.
Yep,
yeah,
he
that's
is.
okay.
28.5 meters.
28.5. This could be very nervy. Even with the two players of such experience, it's still not easy.
Tension's building up. It's really good. Exciting finish.
Needs to run a little bit more to get a really good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, and the jack high. Will Greg be tempted?
Maybe.
Another
Maybe.
jack on the edge.
Looks like a draw. He'll be tempted later on in the end if it's still shot down. Opening delivery, just trying the draw.
In the area. He's very close with this.
Needs to hold up. Oh, he's just going to fall back. Still Alex.
1 green.
This ball from Alex. He would love this just to sit right on top of the jack.
Yes, he either that or at least rest into his own ball and take that little catch away. Close to this. Close to this. Wants to use it and get in front. Well, that might make Greg's mind up now. He'll drive this.
Definitely. This is the backhand runner. Jack in the ditch.
Last ball was 1 ball short.
Yeah. 2 balls or the jack.
Oh, he's playing the forehand. Well, he does favour the forehand. He could still get the same result on the forehand side. Lots of chances here. He's in the area.
He's got the edge.
Oh.
Yep, he's got the edge of the jack. Now, where has it gone to? That's the question. Is it in the ditch in the corner yet again? It is. Sander McLeish has marked the bank. It's in the corner again. I've never seen this happen so often.
Catches the jack, slices it. It stays in the rink though. You were close, Greg. Yes, you got the slice, you wanted it solid. Well, they must be getting used to it by now, David.
Oh, Alex shaking his head, you know. Well, this one's slightly different. I think it's in a little bit, but still not easy. That's why he's playing the forehand to try and come across the short balls. They're 3 meters short of the ditch, so wants to sweep underneath. The first 3 balls, he's pretty close with this in terms of line. He's just missing them. Just missing them.
Yeah, he just missed them. How close is he going to get? Very well played.
That's a great ball. He only just missed the green balls.
He's producing some balls now, Alex Marshall.
1 green.
Not easy for Greg here, David. Probably the similar ball to Alex's.
Yes, you know it. Well, Greg, can you beat this on the draw, or will you run the ball off?
Well, he has second, so that's to Greg's advantage. He has second shot here, but I think he'll be trying to get a close ball. Don't think he'll be running at the ball as yet. Yeah. Same ball as Alex.
No, he just has to miss the front green ones. He's got a little bit extra weight than Alex. He's missing the green ones by some margin, but the extra weight might hold him. Oh, that's just going to take him away. Yes, he actually held up okay, but he's got a little bit to go in terms of the line. He can go a bit wider. The problem for Alex is he needs another bowl in.
Certainly does. Greg will be running it. Alex's shot ball, so I'd agree, David. It needs another shot in here.
I think he should play this actually on the high side around the short balls this time on the forehand. You play it on the backhand, doesn't really matter, but he doesn't want to get anywhere near his own ball. Oh, dear me, look at that. Tension from Kay. That's Greg's wife. Yes, I still feel that it's available in the forehand. He can play it in the backhand, sweep across. He needs another second, that's all. It's a match live with one ball to go.
Nervy Diane.
Oh yes, and young Dean smiled for the camera there.
Well, this is important that this ball doesn't go close to the other green ball to give Greg a target.
Yes, he wants to make second shot and pull away from it. He has.
That's good.
That's clever.
That's very, very good ball.
Well, Alex is a traditional player in many ways. You usually know what he's going to do, but
Two green.
he's left Greg with a shot either to punch it out and stay in the championship or to draw it, Andy. Hard to do.
Very, very hard. This is I think this is a 1 in 10 shot, this one. It's so difficult.
Well, a defending champion facing defeat. Made it all the way to the semi-final. 1 set all in a tie-break against the 5 times world champion, Alex Marshall. Can he play another Houdini bowl and stay in? On the forehand.
Must be the draw.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if he's reaching this a little bit. Well, he's definitely wider than he was the previous time. No doubt about that. But will he have enough to hold it this time? Will he have enough to hold up? Will he have enough to hold up? He's very close to it. He's hurrying. It's running away now. Look at it run away. It looks good for the shot, though. What a ball! Oh.
Has he held on?
I don't know. We're waiting to find out.
He hasn't. He hasn't. Yes, he has.
Oh. Alex Marshall just shook his hand for a great ball under pressure to save the match. Oh, what a great ball. We're getting everything here.
Harlow.
I honestly thought, Andy, that was sweeping away.
So did I. So did I. I thought that's where they were shaking hands. Camera, the ball kept sweeping away, but good enough.
Yes, he knew it was there.
This is great stuff.
What a game. We knew it was. We knew it was going to be really good. Oh, look at that. Oh, goodness me. She's had enough.
She can't take anymore. She can't take anymore.
Jack line 27 metres.
Well, I don't think the drama's finished yet, David.
Oh, getting worn out up here.
It's really, really good stuff.
I feel like I've been on my feet for about an hour and a half watching this. Great start by Greg with the first ball.
I think there'll be a few attacking balls yet. If the shot is against either player, they will go running for this. Who's going to win the battle of the opening deliveries? Well, it's the shot.
That's good reply. I just wonder about the nerves here, and
One green.
I don't care how experienced you are.
Very, very slightly past Jack High.
Semi-final is always a tough one, isn't it, Andy?
That's 9 inches.
Yes, both players will be, as you say, they're both experienced players. But they'll be both on a little bit nervous at the moment. But they've both played 2 good opening balls, so this suggests a good end to this game. Greg looks slightly wide. Will he bend in time? Don't think so.
Well, that edge just made sure he didn't come round the ball and drop back. Oh, we love this stuff. We really do. This is what bowls is all about. This is what makes it exciting, interesting. No doubt playing the big matches, playing the big finals. We're one match before the final, the semi-final, and it has been tough. There's no doubt about that.
Well, how close is Alex going to get with this ball?
He's on it.
Oh, that's very good. Wow.
Well, that will force Greg now. And the third end of the tiebreak is slightly different, of course. This is the only time that the players can actually nominate to kill the end and replay it. They can nominate as often as they wish, but they're only allowed to kill it once and replay it once each. Sometimes you don't... Oh, he's going to nominate by the looks of it.
Greg is nominated to kill the end.
Yes, he has. That's just an extra bonus, because if he didn't do that and killed it, it would go on the respot.
Yes, and Alex would have 2 balls to Greg's 1, so quite right, Greg. Greg's trying to put the jack into the ditch here without any movement of the back balls. Difficult to nail it here, David. I think there's too many back red balls that are going to stop the ball going right through. This is difficult.
2 balls would do. Always been on the inside in this forehand.
Oh, he's under.
Got one, took one of his own.
Well, Greg, he has 1 ball on the green. That's the ball on the screen. Alex has another ball just on the left-hand side.
Yes, 2 reds are being removed off.
1 green.
So it's very much advantage Alex, but he needs to put another one in here, I think.
Oh, he does.
He's forcing the draw on it, really.
Alex can't cover everything, can't cover the back position and draw another, so trying to draw another shot here.
Yep. Made sure he's on a good line. He's wide. This will drift back in. Wants to go past his own ball. Doesn't want to be level with it. Oh no. Oh no, 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 Alex. Oh dear, oh dear. Yep, he will be very annoyed at himself for that, because it's not second shot.
Greg is nominated to kill the end.
Oh, another foot of running, and I would have said advantage to Alex.
Yeah, this is a wide target. Alex just waiting here. And
the trouble here, Andy, is that Greg can afford to be tight and still come back in again onto the ball.
The danger for... Okay, watching on here, but... The danger for Greg is that the only ball on... The red ball on the screen, that's the only ball that Greg has on the green. So this is...
I'm not sure about this. I think I'll be playing this with... You know, the harder shot, I know, the controlled weight, Andy, to get the 2 balls or the 1 ball or the jack.
Yes.
You know, allow it to bend in. It's on his favoured forehand. He's actually been better with the controlled weight than he has with the heavyweight.
Big ball from Greg Harlow. This to stay in the World Championship.
Well, he's in the area. He's much closer with this one.
Well, I think he's under the head.
Oh, well, he saved it. I think he has saved it.
Well, Greg Harlow, lies game. Alex Marshall has at least 4 feet to draw to get himself into the final.
Oh.
1 red.
Well, you can only do what you can do, and to be fair with that, actually it was actually Taddy's last ball that really helped him there, to be truthful with you, but well, you can do no more, Greg. All you can do is play the shot and save the match. It's up to Alex now to draw this, and we've seen these missed.
4 feet.
Quiet, please.
Under normal circumstances, it is so easy. But
shelling peas, Andy, under normal circumstances.
this is pressure.
Backhand, a little bit inside the normal line, the same weight as two of his previous bowls, and it'll be enough.
Well, Alex will tell you.
Oh, he's on the line. He's on the perfect line for this. He really is. Now it's all down to pace. Will he make it?
He's drawn the shot.
It's Alex Marshall has drawn the shot with his last ball in the semi-final of the World Singles. The last ball of the tie-break sees the 5-times world champion through to the final yet again. What a marvellous game. And not only that, but wait till you hear this. Alex Marshall will be playing his best friend Paul Foster in the final for the championship. What a marvellous game that's going to be tomorrow afternoon. Brilliant stuff. Alex Marshall through to the semi-final, or the final. Oh, what a game, Andy.
Absolutely superb. At the finish, it was just unbelievable ball after unbelievable ball. Both players, great credit.
Well, the crowd are on their feet to that, and there's no doubt about it. It just doesn't get any better, does it?
Well, Alex. Scottish flag. It's an all-Scottish final.
Well, exactly. You'd think he'd actually won the championship, but they just know how important this is. Forgot to hug the wife.
Oh, he's over the moon.
Well, it just couldn't get much better than that, could it? Wonderful stuff. Well, there were so many good bowls to pick in this match, but we've plucked out a few for you. Alex Marshall, early in the first set, making sure he was going well. Greg Harlow, well, bowl and then running through on the jack. A little bit of luck to keep him in. Impressed with that, Alex. But he kept his nerve, just drawing away. Big ball by Alex, dropping through on the inside. Oh, what a shot that was. That was an unbelievable ball by Alex Marshall. Yes, he says. But Greg Harlow, well, he was up for everything, wasn't he? There he goes, throwing another one himself to the edge of the ditch. And that's a winning shot from Alex Marshall. 4 feet, he didn't need it. A foot away. Happy man, 5-times world champion into the final yet again.
Well, we have just seen a tremendous semi-final. Sadly, there to be a loser. Greg, you didn't start that well, but there were some fantastic individual bowls.
Yes, I didn't come out the blocks very well, and Tatty played awesome the first few ends, which then doesn't allow you to get out of the blocks. Played a good number of one shots to get me back in the set, and nearly snuck that, but probably wouldn't have deserved it, to be fair. And then I was just sort of hanging on, and I hung in for as long as possible, but one bowl too short.
Lots of times you guys were chasing jacks in the ditch.
Yeah, we were just saying, you know, occasionally you might get 1 or 2 bowls with a jack in the ditch. We must have had 5, 6 ends with a jack in the corner. So difficult to get to. You've got bowls in the way one hand, and obviously there's run out of room on the other hand. So, but there's some good bowls played to the corner. So, you know, very happy with the game.
Yeah, very well done, and a very noble defence of your crown, Greg Harlow. And Alex, you're back in the final here. Your quarter-final win was narrow. Your win in the last 16 was narrow. This again, you're having some tough matches this week.
Yeah, he's getting too much from actually, but you know, what a fantastic game. You know, as Greg said there, the white was moved 5 or 6 different times and, you know, going at different ends, and the balls that were played were absolutely fantastic. You know, you just didn't know who was going to win that match.
No, you didn't, and there were times when, you know, both of you had a little break of luck, and I look at your face, and you were like, oh, lifting your eyes up to the sky. Greg was doing the same.
That always happens. You know, you've got to take the breaks when you get them, because they go against you often enough. But you know, that happens in a game of balls. You've got to take them when you get them. Greg got a few, and I got 1 or 2 as well. So I think it evened itself out. You know, at the end of the day.
Now there's the little matter of tomorrow's final against someone that you know a little bit about, Paul Foster.
Yeah, my big friend Paulie's probably up there watching somewhere. Better watch what I'm saying.
Well, he's looking after his 12-week-old baby, Ethan.
Okay. No, obviously Paul was, awesome. It's probably the, the performance of the tournament. But I think I'll need to step it up a little bit. But it's all on the day. You can never tell. But I'm sure we'll have a good final anyway.
Well, we hope so. Alex, congratulations on the final. Greg, well played.